Ladies and gentlemen, the Presidents of the United States of America.
Greetings to you all, and welcome to our Palm Beach Day Academy President's Assembly. I am George Washington, the father of our country. I was commander of the Continental Army, which fought and won the American Revolution. My success as commander led me to be asked to be our nation's first president. I was elected unanimously twice. I took the oath of office in New York. I set the tradition of having a cabinet of advisors, and I left office after 2 terms and died at my beloved Mount Vernon. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is John Adams, your second president. As a kid, I would frequently skip school to hide and fish. When I was older, I married Abigail. We had 5 children, one you will meet soon. My son, John Quincy, was president, which made me the first president to be father of another. Since George Washington never was in the White House, I was the first president that did. I was president for 1 term, and the biggest accomplishment was keeping the country out of war with France. I died in the 4th of July when I was 90 years old.
Hi, I am Thomas Jefferson, your third president. I spoke 6 languages, and when I was president, I doubled the size of the United States with the Louisiana Purchase. I wrote my own epitaph, which had my 3 greatest accomplishments, writing the Declaration of Independence and the Statute of Virginia, and religious freedom, and founding the University of Virginia. I was obsessed with books and had over 6,700 books in my library. Some people said I was the founding foodie because I brought French fries to the U.S. You're welcome.
Hi, my name is James Martin, and I'm the first part of the Constitution because they are the Constitution. I also drafted the Bill of Rights. Some rights you have to continue are freedom of speech. We have a speech trial. I left school, I attended Princeton University, and graduated in just 2 years. When I was their fourth president, British soldiers burned down the White House. Did you know that it was only 100 pounds, 5 feet, and 4 inches tall? This makes me the largest and shortest president in history.
I am fifth president, James Monroe. As the last of the founding fathers, I followed George Washington and stayed with Thomas Jefferson. Did you know that I was wounded in the Revolutionary War but recovered during the winter at Valley Forge? My 2 terms in office were marked by unique decisions. I oversaw Western expansion and strengthened foreign policy through my Monroe Doctrine. I died on 4th of July, exactly 5 years after 2 other founding fathers, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
I'm John Quincy Adams. I
served as your 6th president. Being president was a natural choice since I grew up helping the first 5 presidents. In fact, my father was the 2nd president. I enjoyed government service so much that I served in the House of Representatives for 18 years after I was president. My nickname was Old Man Eloquent. I was called this because of my passionate support of freedom of speech and my strong opposition of slavery. Did you know that I was the first president to wear long pants at my inauguration?
I'm your 7th president, Andrew Jackson. I'm sure you've seen my face on the $20 bill. Did you know that my wife, Rachel, died 2 months before my inauguration? I blamed her death on the stress of the nasty election of 1828. My opponents called me a donkey. I used the symbol of a donkey, which became the emblem of the Democratic Party. I was a people's president, but was known for my harsh treatment towards Native Americans. I died of blood poisoning from 2 bullets left in my chest from my war hero days. Good morning, my fellow Americans. My name is Zachary Taylor. I was best known for my 40 years of military service and my success in the Mexican-American War. As the 12th president, I was a strong nationalist and I did not agree with the Southerners who wanted to leave the United States, even though I owned 2 plantations and slaves. Less than 2 years into my first term, I died after consuming contaminated buttermilk and cherries. Did you know some people think my snack was purposely poisoned and I was actually assassinated? Hi, I'm Abraham Lincoln. I grew up in a poor family, and when I was young, my mom tragically died from drinking spoiled milk. I did not have much of an education, but I loved to learn. I was a U.S. congressman before I was elected your 16th president. I served for 5 years when our country was deeply divided. The North and the South were at war. After 4 years of fighting, the Civil War ended. I kept the country united and I ended slavery. Did you know that at 6 feet 4 inches, I was your tallest president? Sadly, I was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth and died 6 days after the Civil War ended.
Hello, I'm Andrew Johnson, the 17th President of the United States. I became president after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, and I served from 1865 to 1869. My family was poor and I never attended school. When I was old enough, I learned how to be a tailor and was known as one of the best dressed presidents. One of my greatest accomplishments was purchasing Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million. I was the first president to be impeached because Congress thought I was abusing my power. I consoled myself during this time by taking care of a family of mice. Hello, I'm Ulysses S. Grant, the 18th President of the United States. Did you know that the S in my name didn't stand for anything? I was best known for being the U.S. general who led the Union Army to victory in the Civil War. As your president, I made Yellowstone the first national park in the world. I was supposed to join Abraham Lincoln at the theater the night he was shot, but I could not go. I wish I would have been there to stop the bullet that killed my dear friend. I loved a good cigar and had about 20 a day.
I got an 1885 from throat cancer. Thank you for listening.
Born in Ohio, my sister and I were raised by our mother. I went to Kenyon College and Harvard Law School. I fought in the Civil War and served in Congress. In 1876, the Republicans convinced me to run for president. I won, but the election is so close that secretly took the oath of office in the White House. I fought for civil rights for African Americans. My wife was called Lemonade Lucy because she did not poop her alcohol. Who am I? I'm Rutherford B. Hayes, the 19th president.
Hello, everyone. I'm James Abram Garfield, your 20th president. I was born in Ohio and was the last president to be born in a log cabin. I went to school at Williams College. They didn't know that I could write in different languages with two hands at once. And I am Mr. G's great-grandfather. Isn't that cool? I was one of your shortest serving presidents. Sadly, I was shot in 18 months. I stuck there for months. I was only in office for 7 months before I died, but in my short time in office, I fought against political corruption and gave jobs to only those most qualified.
Hi, I am President Chester Earthly. I was born in Fairfield, Vermont. In my early years as a lawyer, I worked hard to see the end of slavery. As their 21st president, I signed the Pendleton Act to reform the civil service system, and I hired an interior designer to redecorate the White House. I earned the nickname Elegant Arthur because I loved fancy pants. I had over 80 pairs of them. Did you know that I suffered from Bright's disease, but I kept it a secret from everyone? I did not run for a second term because of my illness. I had 2 years after leaving office. I'm Grover Cleveland. Before I was president, I taught the New York Institute for the Blind. I also established my own law firm. These experiences helped me be successful in office. I served as the 22nd and 24th president. I was the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. My nickname was Uncle Jumbo because I weighed over 250 pounds. I fought against unnecessary government spending and was honored to be president.
Hi, my name is William McKinley, your 25th president. Before I was in office, I enlisted in the Union Army, where I eventually earned the rank of Brevet Major of Volunteers. I went on to marry Ida Saxon McKinley. I was lucky enough to be the first president to ride in an automobile. I also had a pet parrot named Washington Post who lived at the White House. My 1 term in office was cut short when I was shot in Buffalo, New York. After I died, Mount McKinley, the highest peak in North America, was named after me. Sadly, that's all the time we've got. Have a good day.
I'm Theodore Roosevelt. I was the governor of New York and vice president before I was elected the 26th president. I am very smart because I went to Harvard. Sadly, my first wife and my mother died on the same day. I remarried another woman named Edith, and we had 5 children. As president, I expanded national parks and forests, and I began the construction of the Panama Canal. Guess what? I was best friends with President Trump. I was the youngest president, and I'm part of Mount Rushmore. Always remember, speak softly, carry a big stick, you will go far.
Hi, my name is William Howard Taft, your 27th president. Did you know that I was a wrestling champion at Yale and weighing over 300 pounds, I was the heaviest president? One time, I got stuck in a White House bathtub, which was pretty embarrassing.
After I left office, I was named to the Supreme Court, making me the only president to serve on the Supreme Court after leaving office. I didn't love being president as much as being Chief Justice, and I even said that I forgot I was ever president. My name is Woodrow Wilson. I was the president of Princeton and the governor of New Jersey before becoming our 28th president. I was the leader of the United States when we got involved in World War I. During the war, I owned many sheep and sold their wool to raise money for the Red Cross. I won a Nobel Prize for my efforts to make world peace. I suggested the idea of the League of Nations, which became the United Nations. Did you know when I was younger, instead of going to school, I followed a circus outfit? I died in 1924 and am the only president buried in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
I'm Warren G. Harding, your 29th president. My political career started in Ohio when I was elected as a state senator. When I ran for president, the U.S. was still recovering from World War I, so my campaign platform was to return to normalcy. I won the election by a landslide. I was the first president to ride to and from my inauguration. I established a budget system for the federal government and cut taxes. But unfortunately, I also had some scandals in my administration. I was said to die from a heart attack, but some think I was poisoned by my wife. I'm Calvin Ford, your 30th president. I married Grace, and we had 2 sons. My nickname was Silent Cat because I was a man of few words. I was an honest leader, which was good after President Harding's scandals. I served during the war on times when the economy was strong. Do you know that I was the only president born on the 4th of July? I was electrical for exercise, and I had 2 pet raccoons. When my second term ended, I did not run again because I had been president for long enough.
My fellow Americans, I am Herbert Hoover, and I was honored to be your 31st president. As a child, I went through tough times when I was orphaned at the age of 9. I worked hard and I attended Stanford University. In 1929, the stock market crashed. As president, I tried to lead the country through the Great Depression, but I was blamed when people lost their jobs, even though it wasn't my fault. I took the responsibility and only served for 1 term.
Theodore Roosevelt, your 32nd president. I led our country through 2 of the most difficult times in history, Great Depression and the Second World War. When I took office, I created the New Deal to help America. Many people didn't know that I was paralyzed from polio. I didn't want people to see my disability as a weakness, so I kept it hidden from the public. I was the only president to win 4 elections. Sadly, 3 months into my 4th term, I died. As I leave you this morning, remember, the only thing you have to fear is yourself.
I'm Mary S. Truman, 33rd president. In my 4th month of office, I dropped an atomic bomb onto camp, which ended World War II.
I helped rebuild Europe, I worked to contain communism, and I led the United States into the Korean War. As president, I accepted the responsibility for all my decisions and famously said the buck stopped with me. Here are some fun facts about me. I was the only president of the IC100 to attend college, and the S in my middle name does not stand for anything.
I am Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th president. I graduated from West Point and rose in the ranks in the military. During World War II, I was a five-star general and the supreme commander of the Allied forces. As president, I created NASA, I helped end the Korean War, and I reduced tensions with the Soviet Union. When I lived at the White House, I installed a putting green and banned all the squirrels from the yard because they were running. Did you know that Camp David was named after my grandson? After leaving office, my wife Mamie and I moved to a farm in Pennsylvania. I was the 35th president of the United States of America. After graduating from Harvard, I joined the Navy as a commander on the patrol torpedo ship in the Arctic. My ship sank, and I was awarded the Purple Heart for my bravery. After the war, I was the congressman and a senator before elected president. During my presidency, I fought against the Cold War and supported the Civil Rights Movement. In November of 1963, I was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, while riding in a convertible with my wife. Who am I? I am John F. Kennedy.
Hi, I'm Richard Nixon, the 37th president. I served as president until my second term was cut short in 1974. Americans remember me for being the only president to resign from office due to the Watergate scandal. But I'd like you to remember me for improving relationships with the USSR and China. As president, I visited China and watched Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong walk on the moon. Shortly after I left office, I was pardoned for any crimes I may have committed. Thanks, President Ford, and remember, Americans, I am not a crook.
I am the 38th president, Gerald Rudolph Ford. I am the first and only president who was not elected to the offices of president or vice president. I was appointed to both positions when my predecessors resigned. As you heard from Nixon, one of the first things I did as president was pardon him. You're welcome. I tried making people feel better about the country after the Watergate scandal, but many were upset with me for pardoning Nixon. Also, the economy was failing and many people were losing jobs, so I did not win the next election.
If you don't recognize me by my peanuts, I am Jimmy Carter, your 39th president. When I grew up on a peanut farm and was the first president born in a hospital. Did you know that my daughter had a cat named Misty Malakli Yang Yang who lived at the White House? During my term, I developed the Camp David Accords, and over 60 Americans were taken hostage in Iran. When I left office, I founded the Carter Center and volunteered for Habitat for Humanity. At 96, I grew up in Illinois. My dad made me Dutch when I was little. In my teens, I was a lifeguard. Did you know I saved 77 people? Before I was president, I was a Hollywood actor, and I was the governor of California. I was one of the most adored and respected presidents. I won 525 out of 538 electoral votes, which is the most any president has ever won in history. As president, I was well known for my tax cuts and my love of Jelly Belly jelly beans. Have you guessed who I am? I'm your appointed President Ronald Reagan.
Hi, my name is George H.W. Bush, your 31st president. I joined the Navy at 18. During World War II, I was shot down by a Japanese fighter plane. I went into free fall into the ocean and was rescued by a submarine. My wife Barbara and I had 6 children. You'll meet George W. soon. I was the president during the Gulf War. I assured Americans that the Soviet Union would not use nuclear weapons against the United States. And I was known for my crazy self. Thank you.
Hello, my name is William Jefferson Clinton, your 42nd president. You can call me Bill. Before I was president, I attended Boise and earned an invitation to meet President Kennedy. I served as president during one of the longest periods of peace for our country, even though I was impeached as one of your most popular presidents. Since being president, I have been involved in public speaking and charity work. I teamed up with George W. Bush on the Clinton-Bush Haiti Fund and worked on my wife Hillary's campaigns. I was born July 6, 1946 in New Haven, Connecticut, but I grew up in Texas. I was part owner of the Texas Rangers baseball team before I decided to follow my father's footsteps and enter politics. In 1994, I was elected as governor of Texas and won the presidential election in 2000. My father and I became the second father-son presidential duo in history. I'm most known for being president during the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. Good night, I'm George W. Bush, your 43rd president. My name is Barack Obama, your 44th president. I was born in Hawaii and I'm from a family of 10. I went to Harvard where I was first African American president of the Harvard Law Review. I met my wife, Michelle, in Chicago. As your president, I was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for my efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and I created Obamacare. Did you know that I won 2 Grammy Awards for my spoken albums? I actively campaigned for my vice president, Joe Biden, and I'm proud that he won the election. Way to go, Joe! Good morning. My name is Donald J. Trump, the 45th president. As a young man, I took over my father's real estate firm and renamed it the Trump Organization. It became the best real estate company in the world. Over the years, I have built terrific resorts, casinos, and golf courses. Did you know I was the first person ever elected to the presidency without having any government or military experience? During my time in office, I did many amazing things, and my terrific family helped me get it all done. And don't worry, I plan to make America great again. Hello, I'm Joseph Biden, your president. I've overcome great tragedy in my life and I've been involved in politics for over 50 years. I served as a senator for the first state, Delaware, and was vice president to Barack Obama. Do you like dogs? Did you know that my German Shepherd, Major, is the first shelter dog to live in the White House? While Jill and I have only been here for a couple of weeks, I plan to unify our country and this deadly pandemic. I will do this with the help of Kamala Harris, our first female vice president. Well, Palm Beach State Academy, our Zoom President's Assembly has come to an end. On behalf of all the 50 presidents, thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, wear a mask.